Welcome back, everyone. We are once again in Ultimate General Gettysburg, and at the end of the last mission, they said we are in big trouble. So, I'm really a little concerned. Yeah, definitely a little concerned. However, we're not in as bad of condition as it could be. I will say that. So our main objective remains the same. We must protect all of the ridges south of Cemetery Hill, or else the enemy will encircle us, forcing us to withdraw from the battlefield. All right, so we'll continue doing what we were doing here. I am gonna withdraw roads. I'm gonna order them to run. Why are you? Oh, they're running up a hill. All right, but we know the enemy's gonna move against us up there. So down here, where we have a relatively strong position, we'll just leave our guys in the trees and hope we can hang on. If Rhodes would just hurry up and get out of that position, we'd be in good shape. I'm going to leave these units here because the enemy does not know they're there. They don't know Ward's there either. So they only see these 3 units. And if that's the case, we're in good shape. I am going to move the supplies here though. However, because this area has got a lot of artillery, I don't know why the artillery's moving again. Well, I kind of do, but I just kind of don't like why it moves. That's fine. Rhodes will regroup and we'll throw him into the woods down here just to support. Actually, I may move him down. Alright, the right flank is getting weakened by units that have moved to assist you. Alright, they just keep moving artillery, which is not a problem, but I would really rather have some line infantry. How's everybody holding up down here? Conditions pretty low, conditions high, conditions high. VTech is in pretty bad shape. As soon as Rhodes reforms, which he's reformed, I'm gonna move him this direction. Actually, I'll move him this way. Just to kind of help hold this position. They are forcing that position the most at this point. Oh, they see my supplies. Okay, we routed their skirmisher unit. They saw Ward now, so they know there's units there. I'll break these skirmishers off from Morris and break these skirmishers off from the Iron Brigade and send them this direction. They still shouldn't know that there's too many units in there. Yep, now they know Morris is there. Still don't know the Iron Brigade's there, and our skirmishers did get off a shot. Order the skirmishers back. It was a good thought while it lasted. Alright, our artillery is... Okay, you guys don't need to do that. You can now just march straight across the hill. There we go. Alright, so we'll just wait for a while. We've got 3 hours on the mission clock. The enemy continues to attack up the hill. This is not even an objective, but this is the position that they have decided to attack. 3 of our units are holding back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of their units. Plus they have a few more that we've driven back several times now. Rhodes is exhausted. What I'm going to do is move them behind, let them build up their morale, recover their conditions, stay in cover. Once they're rested, we'll send them up on the line, maybe pull VTech out. Pegram's at full. Yeah, everybody's in good shape. We're going to order all of the artillery to begin firing. Now, because this is an issue right here that directly involves the artillery, I'm going to order all of the arty batteries to hit this position. Right, the enemy's moving infantry this direction, so if you want to see an effect of artillery in this game, you have to mass it like this. Artillery should be a little stronger in my opinion, but it's It's okay. Now, they're moving Benning directly this direction, which is fine. Hopefully he'll run right out here, and there's cover though. So, but if he ran into my units, I would be thrilled. Alright, we are still slightly outnumbered by the enemy. Also, it's important to remember that a large portion of our troops are artillery. Don't know how many of their troops are. Pegram's morale is beginning to waver. But Graham's boys are in good position, and they're in good morale. And VTech is beginning to get its morale up, but the enemy is charging multiple units up the hill. Rhodes is going to move into position. I'm going to pull the commander back slightly, just so he doesn't get hit. Going to move him a little this way as well. Alright, right about there. Alright, the Iron Brigade is going to move forward, and Morris. Pegram has been wounded. The supplies are going to move across and try to reinforce, resupply these units. How's Pegram's? Their morale's still going up, so we're in good shape. Graham's boys are good. Rhodes is pretty good, but they're a little worn out, but they've routed the attack that came up. Now just take a look real quick. Look how many Confederates have died in this little valley. This is, by the way, called Devil's Den. I've been there, I've looked down at it, it's terrible. It's just a bunch of rocks. You would get, well, you might not, but I would get injured just walking through it. And let's send out some skirmishers from Ward. Now, the enemy has not attacked here. Fingers crossed that they don't. Reinforcements have finally arrived. Okay, we have a new corps. I'm going to send this commander down here. Actually, yeah, we don't need him there. Alright, Dural. I don't believe that's Juan Dural, who is our, he's our, the main Dural, Dural's Devil Dural. Oh, it isn't, I know that because I forgot to tell everyone. He came back after the Battle of Chancellorsville and was healed, and he returned to command of Dural's Devils. Ward skirmishers are dealing with that. Where are you going? You guys can get up there. So we are in good shape at the moment now that we have all these reinforcements. Let's see what we can do with some artillery. Let's get him up on top of Round Top and let him destroy everybody. What's he got? 6 pounders, not that great. Let's move him here. What have you got, Couch? Oh, you're infantry. Sorry. Schweitzer got Napoleons. You got howitzers. You can stay where you are. I'm still going to move Sullivan there. It's not the worst position. It is not the worst position. Now the enemy looks like there's more of them because of the sheer number of dead Confederates in this area. Benning is retreating as I guess they see the infantry coming forward. I'm not sure. Our guys are going to reform in the woods. Ward skirmishers are here, but I'm going to send them forward just to kind of find out what's going on out there. Rhodes is in good shape. Pegram morale's still going up. Graham is in good shape. VTech has taken a bit of a beating, but they are beginning to get some morale, some condition back. Supplies are a little low. It would be nice if we could get some resupply units with the reinforcements, but unfortunately we did not. We have basically 2 hours left on the mission clock. Can't make them run any faster. I'd like to know what's out there. I'm scared that they're going to hit it, and we're going to see that there's hundreds of enemy troops, and there is not. We're going to take a risk. We're going to send Ward skirmishers all the way here. Actually, you know what? We'll send them this way. Now, I don't think that's a safe... I feel like there's a good chance we'll run into some enemy, but as they run that way, they might be able to trick a couple of these, trip a couple of those positions and start getting us some morale, some intel. Now, as the enemy begins to press towards the top of Round Top, this is, we're getting reinforcements. Now, our guys are kind of worn out. Look at Pegram. He was wounded in action. His morale is really low. Rhodes, he's there with his men, but he's lost thousands of troops, nearly 1,500 troops, so 1,500 roughly. Enemy has moved forward more troops here, but we are ready for them. Perry is going to move down here to this farm. Harding will move there. Lyle, move here. You move there. Lyle, move there. And Cross will move here. That is fantastic. Now, the enemy is definitely not going to expect to see quite so many troops suddenly appear and be ready to just destroy them. Now, let's see, what have our guys done? We've located some enemy. I'm going to try to run the skirmishers out. Pegram is breaking. Graham's boys are going to go into this defensive position as McLean moves up. Durrell will move here. Whatever this unit is moving here. Pegram is broken. Pinder's division appears to mobilize for an attack. Okay, fantastic. We finally know what's going on. I'll move these guys. I'll just send them back to their unit. Send Morris's skirmishers back as well. We don't really need skirmishers now because the enemy's going to come to us. We're going to kill them. Also, look at the balance of power. It's firmly in our favor. Andrews was just charged by Kershaw. I've just ordered a countercharge. My hope was to capture them. However, I don't think the odds are very much in our favor. They know they can get away. So unless the AI is a complete idiot, they are not going to do that. Kershaw needs to just reform. Andrews, needs to reform here. Kimball can begin firing there. No way in the world they can take this position now. We have lots of artillery down here, and we got troops up there, so we're in good shape. Most of their infantry has been wiped out. Just look at how many have died down here. Why aren't you rejoining your unit? I've ordered you to do that several times, and you've not done it. Morris is going to progress forward. I thought I ordered Morris's skirmishers to rejoin his unit. Harding is attacking, and so is the Iron Brigade needs to move forward. Iron Brigade has no casualties at this point. Look at that. They're just shredding the enemy. Ferguson, no casualties. Morris is moving forward. I'm going to move Lyle forward as well, along with Cross, simply because I want to try to whittle the enemy down. VTech is in really bad shape, so I'm going to move him up onto the top of the mountain, just he can begin resting. Morris has taken one volley. That is relatively low morale. Not morale, cover, Lyle and Cross are getting ready to fire. They're definitely moving most of their troops down this direction, so tying down some of them up here is a really good idea at this time, I think. Again, I have to point out that the computer is attempting to take an objective that is not an objective. Kimball, for some reason, is down in the Devil's Den. And I guess he got charged and maybe followed him. I don't know. Graham's boys are still here. I guess they're still firing. This is actual Graham's boys. Let's see. McLean is going to move forward and get ready. order them back. Graham's boys were in pretty bad shape. That's why I'm ordering McLean in. Pegram is now pretty much healed up. Mahone will move forward as well. Alright, we see Scales out here. So I'll bring these 3 guys forward. Actually, you know what? Regroup there. Let the enemy come to you. Let them get worn out. We have 1 hour on the mission clock. Things are going really good. What are you firing, by the way? Sullivan has 9-pounders. 6-pounders, sorry. That does a really good job. Graham's boys are doing their job. They've got Fayettevilles. I captured enough of them and then bought a few more, and we were able to outfit the entirety of that unit with Fayettevilles, which I'm really thrilled. They're a pretty good rifle. Not the best, but definitely not the worst, and a good upgrade. Alright, Kimball. Poor condition and low morale. They must have gotten charged. I'll let them sit here and rest. VTech has no condition. Just gonna pull them right off the line. They lost their commander, who is one of our very best commanders, a 3-star general. And they still got good morale even though they lost him. Now the enemy is just getting ganged up on, basically. Rhodes, you know, I'm just gonna send him back. There's no real reason for him to be fighting at this point. Alright, we've got 54 minutes on the mission clock. What is taking Morris so long? It's alright, guys. We are driving them back. Pegram, fire a volley. No, don't do that. Very briefly, Pegram was going to go into the defensive position there. That would have just been suicide. Now, what is your cover? Not very good. Get back up here on the hill. See, you get almost 100% cover on the top of Round Top. Move the skirmishers out and put Vitek in it. That will allow him to fight without taking many casualties, and it'll also help him improve his condition. The Iron Brigade has killed 376 troops with 1 death to their... they've lost 1 death. Let's speed things up. The enemy is not doing all that much. They continue to kind of press forward and try to take the Round Tops. They should have attacked up here because it's a much weaker positioning up here. I mean, take a look. This is what I have on top of Round Top. I was able to hold it with 3 units. So if I suddenly put all of this here, I don't care what you've gotten. You need to have hundreds of thousands of troops to be able to take this position. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe you only need tens of thousands more than me. But you do need a massive numerical superiority, and your men better be armed better and in better training. They better be trained better and armed better and just ready for a fight. But did the enemy do that? No. They targeted here, didn't realize that that was what they needed. They don't have that, I'm sure. Now up here, they should have attacked here like they did at the beginning. That kind of makes sense if you're doing it while you're sneaking troops up here with the intention of suddenly smashing through the lines here and coming around behind. That is the way they could have done it. Ignore Round Top completely. Roll up these 2 positions and then press down on this while some forces continue to press here. As I had to move to support this, they would have then found me weaker and could have even pushed up these without the losses. We have 15 minutes on the mission timer. But they attacked directly against us, which is not the way you do this. Now, that said, if you watch some of my older videos, you're going to see that I do not always follow my own advice. Now, sometimes I just do it because, you know, I can't be bothered to sort out all the troops, or there's just too many of them, so I just kind of use them as a hammer. But it's not the best way to do it. And even then, though, you will see that I try to go where the enemy is weaker. you attack the weak points if you can. Sometimes you have to attack the strong points, but if you can, you attack the weak points. And sometimes you have to mass your troops and charge in and break a position, but even then you focus on one point and try to break it. You have to keep enough troops along the line to keep their troops forward and then break a hole, punch a hole right through it. At one point, then you kind of just roll up the line. Or if you can flank, especially if you have cavalry, you can get troops around and they will begin frightening the enemy if nothing else, and maybe force them to pull their troops back. But nothing is really going to happen here. 2 minutes on the mission timer, so time's almost out, guys. You really think you can win this war? Gettysburg was the turning point of the Civil War, and after this, there is no way the South can win if we have a victory here. Hopefully we will. All right, we're going to finish the fight. Here we go. All right, that's it for today's video. Tomorrow we will be defending Culp's Hill. That's going to be a lot of fun. It used to be a really fun map on the Ultimate General Gettysburg, so it should be a really fun map here, I hope. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm certainly enjoying it. If you did enjoy it, hit the like and subscribe button and check back tomorrow for the Battle of Culp's Hill. Thank you so much for watching.